2018, we each find ourselves in Melbourne and are engaged in a variety of different arts and cultural areas. We are all interested in how arts and culture impacts individual and collective wellbeing and its value to society. We wanted to learn more about how Melbourne operates as a creative city, what artistic pursuits it offers, and how it explores opportunities for diverse cultural expression. We met with Melbourne-based artist John Byrne, a biomedical engineer who uses his free time to pursue his interest in photography. As well as this, he conducts photography workshops that explore modern and traditional Chinese culture. He spoke to us about his own interest in the arts and how photography impacts on his well-being.
I've always had an interest in photography. As a teenager, I had a film camera. I was interested in doing my own film processing. I was never a very good photographer. I have many hobbies, but photography I like because it's exciting, it's challenging, it's rewarding. For me, photography is can be a form of stress relief. If I've had a bad day at work or a very stressful day or a day when I'm feeling depressed or detached, I will push myself to go out to the city with my camera and I'll just take photos of people in the street. Some days I'll want to stay a little bit anonymous, so I'll use a long lens like this. This lens is good for taking photos of people across the street or down the road, and I'll just wander around. Sometimes I'll walk, sometimes I'll stay in the one position. Other times, if I'm feeling a little bit more confident, I'll use a short lens like this, which lets you come up nice to people, close to people as you take. Thing I've found in Australia, there's a lot of the young Chinese here. They're very modern in their style, in their fashion, but they still have a little bit of a traditional culture in them. They all find it quite exciting, the idea of dressing up in traditional costumes. And Chinese New Year, I'll go to the events outside Crown Casino or in Little Bourke, and there's groups there that's all they do. They practice the whole year for doing their dances and shows in their very expensive traditional chi power from different era, and I enjoy and respect that. Find it quite flattering to dress up in it and experience and show a little bit of their tradition and walk down the middle of Chinatown, and I find most Aussies are respectful of it too. I get a lot of smiles. I get a lot, both myself as the photographer and whoever's been the model will get compliments. The bottom line is making people feel wonderful, feel happy, feel confident, feel beautiful. Photography is very therapeutic. There's two sides. One side is to do teamwork with other photographers to go to events together, or the other is just to I've met friends now that enjoy being models. So very rewarding to capture a wonderful photo where you can see the spirit in someone, not only their appearance, to capture their feeling, to capture their mood and their happiness, and so it's therapeutic. An art, it's not a science. There's a lot of rules, but all the rules can be broken. Art is whatever inspires you, or whatever inspires anybody.
Like John, many of us use our interest in the arts as an expressive outlet outside of work or study. The arts are useful for reducing stress, improving self-esteem, and increasing our engagement within our internal and external environments. This is how we value arts and culture.
For me, art strengthens our connections with others and the society. During my undergraduate study, I enjoyed working behind the scenes, and was honored to become the director of an evening show in 2015. It enabled students to get involved in campus culture, the community, and the arts.
Recently, some friends and I devised an immersive theatre piece called Your Mum Called Again. It's about share houses in Melbourne and the small moments of daily life. I was able to do some choreography for it too, which I loved. I like that I can go to rehearsal after a difficult day, wishing I could be home, yet leave afterwards feeling accomplished and enthusiastic. It's exciting to collaborate and learn from others and feel like you're creating something meaningful.
Art is a creative approach for me to memorize and celebrate some great moments in my life. I used to be a film student and I love to record my travel stories into vlogs and upload them to my channel. Through these vlogs, I can share my thoughts, feelings and discoveries with everyone.
I briefly pursued acting at the one university that would let me, before realising I was more of a behind-the-scenes kind of person. I then travelled up the train line, making a long stop at Box Hill to workshop creative writing projects with my fellow university dropouts. The next stop was Glenferrie, where I found a passion for film and tried to find ways to explore it. I got to know Melbourne Uni through borrowing on a Caval card in my honours year.
For me, art helps me to shape my cultural identity. During the undergraduate study, I was a vice captain of the faculty dance team. We took part in many Chinese dance competitions and often chose to perform the dances of Chinese minorities. When rehearsing, I got to learn the historical meaning of specific gestures and costumes.